Hello beautiful creatures, welcome back to my channel Phyrra. If you're new here, my name is Cordelia and I love bright and colorful Gothic makeup, Gothic fashion, mental health, lifestyle, and more. So if you want to join in the conversation, please be sure to click that little subscribe button and don't forget to ring that bell. So today's video is going to be the best Gothic makeup brands to try in 2023. This is a requested video because the last time I did this video was like 2021, so it seemed like it's about time to give it an update. So before we jump into this video and I start talking about the makeup brands, I want to tell you a little bit about what Goth is and is not. And just so you are aware, Goth started from a music subculture, so it came out of bands like Sisters of Mercy and Bauhaus, and has basically exploded into a fashion subculture as well. I've noticed that on the internet there is a ton of gatekeeping around what is Goth, so I'm just gonna say Goth is not white. You don't have to be white to be Goth. Goth is for everyone. You don't have to just listen to Goth music to be Goth. You can listen to all different kinds of music, so don't feel like you have to put yourself in a little box because of some online gatekeepers. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh, and you don't have to buy one specific fashion brand just to be Goth. So don't feel like because you can't afford Killstar or something else that you see that you can't be Goth. You know, I feel like Goth kind of is also sort of like a political and counterculture thing. So, you know, lean into thrifting, buying stuff secondhand, stuff like that. Don't feel like you just have to go out and buy the newest thing. Part of what I love the Goth scene is that it's really helped me to embrace the skin I'm in and to be authentically myself, you know, my weird little self that I am. So I love Goth, and that is why I'm into it. And I don't listen just to Goth music. So anyway, let's get on to the best Gothic makeup brands to try in 2023. So the first Gothic makeup brand that I want to talk to you about is also my current favorite makeup brand, and that is Lethal Cosmetics. This is definitely not a Gothic themed palette. This is their 1-Up palette, and I have a review, and I will put a link in the description box to my review of this palette. I've done many looks with it. This is definitely one of my top 10 palettes of the entire year. I absolutely love this palette. However, Lethal Cosmetics makes so much more than just this palette. They make so many gorgeous single eyeshadows as well as other eyeshadow palettes. They've done collaborations with YouTubers such as Teresa. Teresa is dead. So they have lots of cool stuff. They also make lots of beautiful blushes and contours and highlights. I have an entire Lethal Cosmetics cheek palette right here with a bunch of blushes and my contour and a highlight. I love Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadow so much that I've been putting together DIY eyeshadow palettes for my friends. Like I did a DIY Gothic Charm School palette for my friend Jillian. If you want to check that out, I will also have a link in the description box down below for that, so you can see that I'm really into this brand. I love being able to create my own palette out of singles and have a lot of fun with it. It makes me feel like I'm being very creative and artistic, and it's just, yeah, it's just fun. Lethal Cosmetics is 100% cruelty-free, 100% vegan. They are located in Berlin, Germany. I believe most, if not all, of the packaging is very sleek and black and minimalistic. I think it looks great. You can find Lethal Cosmetics at their website, which is lethalcosmetics.com, and you can find Lethal Cosmetics at Camera Ready Cosmetics. But yeah, I absolutely love Lethal Cosmetics and the fact that they are an awesome Gothic, cruelty-free, vegan, indie makeup brand. They're very affordable, and they have so many great colors that you can create all different kinds of Gothic looks that you're into, even UV reactive looks. So the next Gothic makeup brand I want to talk to you about is Terra Moon's Cosmetics, and this is my Terra Moon's Cosmetics eyeshadow collection. I have almost exclusively multi-chromes from them. All of these are multi-chromes, and these are the few mattes that I have from them. I love the fact that they have all of these celestial themed names like Blood Moon, Terrasphere, Moontide. So they have a really great nomenclature. They have awesome colors, and you can get so creative with these colors, in my opinion. They also make some really cool glosses. They have Zero Gravity, which looks like it's almost like a UV reactive iridescent, like kind of violet gloss. They have a black gloss, which I believe is called The Void, and they have a gloss called Fractal Abyss, which I recently ordered but isn't here yet. I am all about blacks with like blue and purple shifts. I think those look so sexy. So next on my list is Vampyre Cosmetics. Vampyre Cosmetics is a new to be brand. I recently did an awesome video on all 4 of their Emily the Strange palette collection, which there are 4 palettes. I'll put a link to this video. I love this. This is so nostalgic for me to have Emily the Strange, because I remember being into Emily the Strange 20 years ago when I saw her in Hot Topic. They also have these really cool book palettes. This is the Cthulhu Cocktails palette. I've done a review and tutorial with this one, so I'll put a link for that as well. And I also have their Dracula palette. How could you not love that? They have awesome colors in this. I have not had a chance to review this yet, but it is absolutely coming up. And I also have their Wuthering Heights book palette that I'll be reviewing as well. And I think they're sending me their Vincent Price palette, And I have a whole bunch of lipsticks to review from them, so you can expect all of that coming up. I love the fact that Vampyre Cosmetics has so many different cool officially licensed properties such as Emily the Strange and Vincent Price and the Winchester Mystery House, which when I used to live in California, I would go to the Winchester Mystery House pretty much every Friday the 13th so we could do the flashlight tour. It was so much fun. Vampyre Cosmetics is queer owned, women owned, disabled owned, neurodivergent owned. They were founded in 2011. They're, like I mentioned, they're 100% cruelty free, 100% vegan, and they are also talc free. You can find Vampyre Cosmetics in over 100 independent stores worldwide, as well as at Hot Topic and Dolls Kill. Next on my list is Divina Cosmetics, and this is the Divina Cosmetics Hecate palette, which is like their 2022 exclusive palette. It's empty, but I have it filled up with eyeshadows, and actually it's got several of my Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadows right here, and these are my Cleona eyeshadows, and these are my Baby Bat Beauty eyeshadows. But I absolutely had to have this when I saw it because I love it. It's so cute and gothic. Divina also is cruelty free. They make lots of gorgeous multi-chromes, as you just saw. They also make duochromes, shimmers, mattes, everything you could possibly want. So I would definitely say that they're another great gothic brand to check out, and I love this gothic witchy palette, which is why I had to have it. Next on my list is Necromancy Cosmetica, and this is the Necromancy Cosmetica, a gothic romance palette, which I love. It has the most unique packaging of any eyeshadow palette I have ever seen. It opens up like this. It's perfect and portable for travel. It's really beautiful. In addition to making such a beautiful palette, Necromancy Cosmetica also makes beautiful lipsticks, and I believe they either just released or they're getting ready to release their second eyeshadow palette. Again, these people are cruelty free. I believe they're all vegan, and they are located in Puerto Rico. My favorite lipstick by Necromancy Cosmetica would be Sacramento, which is this gorgeous, deep, like vampy reddish plum color. Next on my list would be Baby Bat Beauty, and I have a couple of their shades right here. And I also have another couple of their shades in another palette, but I love Baby Bat Beauty. They have really, really cute eyeshadows that are multi-chromes. They also have lipsticks. Ooh, I do have a couple of their lipsticks as well. Lipsticks come in this really cute little packaging. Their multi-chromes are amazing. I absolutely love them. I love their cute little baby bat theme. They also have several palettes. They have like the Nox palette, which is like a vampire themed palette, and they've had a couple other like bat shaped palettes, and I think they just came out with like a winter eclipse or some sort of winter palette this year, which is really cool. Next on my list is VE Cosmetics. Makeup so good it must be witchcraft. This is actually a brand that is on my to try makeup list. I have not purchased from them yet. I am planning to purchase from them at some point in 2023. As you can check them out from the pictures I've inserted, they make some really cool stuff, and people have been raving about them to me for at least the past 2 years, so I definitely need to give them a try. So they're going to be a brand that I try in 2023. Next on my list is GLAM Goth Beauty, and this is their 7 Deadly Sins palette. The pan size is huge in this palette. They also have a Lily Munster palette that looks amazing. I haven't had a chance to try it. They have lots of glitters. Their diamond eye primer is perfect for like super glittery, chunky, like loose eyeshadows if you like using those, or if you like using glitter formulas. They also sell jewelry and I think some fashion now. The owner of GLAM Goth Beauty is Marley, and she's amazing. You can find her on YouTube. I will put a link to her channel in the description box down below. So next on my list is Lime Crime. Now, the majority of their makeup products are not gothic. This is their Venus Immortalis palette, which I happen to love. I think it's a great cool tone gothic palette. However, today I'm wearing a little bit of Venus XL, which is a gorgeous red palette. If you're somebody who likes to do lots of red and pink looks, this is a great palette. Lime Crime is 100% cruelty-free, 100% vegan, and Doe Deer has stepped away from the company, or you may know her as Xenia, but she has stepped away from the company, so I started buying from the brand whenever that happened. They also make liquid lipsticks, which I'm not particularly fond of their matte liquid lipstick formula. I prefer their metallic liquid lipstick formula. I also prefer their plushies or their plushie glows. Their lip pencils are really nice. Let's see, I loved their old glitter eyeshadows, but they discontinued those. I've tried their blushes and their like stick highlighters, and those are okay, but you know, not something I go back for. But I really do like my eyeshadow palettes that I have from them, so I thought I would put them on this list. Next on my list is SUGARPILL. So I love SUGARPILL. I was one of the first bloggers to review SUGARPILL when they launched. Amy Doan is amazing, and she makes so much like cute fashion outfits and jewelry in addition to amazing makeup. They make one of my all-time favorite lipsticks, which is Sub-Zero. Right here, this cute little color. It's like a like navy blue sort of blackened base with like teal blue sparks, and the more you rub your lips together, the more the sparks show up, so I love it. I happen to also love their capsule collection palettes. This is the black palette, which is my favorite of the 4 that I have. It's got lots of cool tone and grungy tones. I just think it's a lot of fun, and I love that they have like a blush eyeshadow or a blush in each one. The design itself gives me a little bit of stress because of like all the weird different sizing and negative space, but despite that, I really do love the colors and the formula, so they have to be on my list. I feel like SUGARPILL is one of the coolest alternative brands out there, and I feel like in general I see a lot of people who are drag queens using them, so I think they're awesome. Next on my list is Black Moon Cosmetics. I love Black Moon Cosmetics. Their moonlighters are the bomb. I've got a whole video on all of their moonlighters. I've done reviews on like 20 plus some of their lipsticks. I'll put links to both of those in the description box below. I also love their Black Metal palette. My Orb of Light palette finally died and is gone, so bye-bye. But I still have my Black Metal palette from them, and then I also have my Urban Myth palette, which is really cool. They do a great job with the Gothic Moon packaging, and their products, again, are 100% cruelty-free, 100% vegan. I love, love, love their black lipstick, Sleepwalker. I actually wore that at my wedding this year, which was pretty cool. I also love the color Armageddon. I wore that liquid lipstick on my lips when I was on TV. I recently did an interview with Gail Gerardo on Bloom TV, which was a lot of fun. I got to talk about indie makeup, which I love. Other liquid lipstick colors that I love from them are Sorrow, which is like a blue, Mermaider, which is a teal that leans kind of green, Myth, which absolutely is green, and Haunting, which is sort of like a coffee nude brown. I don't typically like brown on me at all, but that color looks amazing, so highly recommend checking it out. Next on my list is a company called My Pretty Zombie, not to be confused with Pretty Zombie. So My Pretty Zombie makes loose eyeshadows and loose blushes. These are some of their loose blushes. This is Cocaine Blush, this is MDMA Blush. They've got lots of really cute duochromes and multichromes. Like, their eyeshadows are crazy. They have colors like Gothic Mary Poppins and I can't think at this. Sorry, I'm a little sick, so it's hard for me to like recall names today. But they've got a lot of really just neat colors, and a lot of things refer to like medical terms or drug terms, which I find fascinating. Their packaging is relatively simple and clear, usually square shaped, which I think is pretty cool. Their eyeshadows are this shape too, just smaller. I really love the fact that most of their names are Gothic inspired, and plus they do a lot to give back, like through Snap Cats, which is for helping cats in need. Next up is the luxury indie Gothic brand Ritual de Fille. They specialize in cream products, which I do like. I don't like how they've kind of tried to rebrand themselves as clean, but I understand it's a marketing thing, so that's why I'm not a fan of the clean beauty trend, because I feel like it's super gimmicky. I like to have preservatives in my makeup. I like my makeup to last. I don't like it to go rancid in like a month. But anyway, I've never had a problem with my Ritual de Fille stuff going rancid, so that's not an issue. In particular, I really love their Inner Cream Glow Blushes. Intuition is like a gray mauve taupe that I like to use as sort of like a contour shade, but you could also use Eclipse, which is like a purplish black. And again, sorry, my brain is just, I'm struggling with words. I have another color that's kind of like a sandy color. If you love like a true red blush, they have a color called Nymph, which is stunning. But there are lots and lots of gorgeous cream cheek products from them. They also have cream highlighters and cream foundations. And their cream foundations, I typically wear NYX, but sometimes I like to mix NYX with Galatea. And ooh, they came out with this Air Glow, it's like a primer balm, which is beautiful. And they also came out with like a three drop foundation thing, which it takes a lot more than three drops to cover my face, but I think it's a really cool product. So I definitely think that they're worth checking out. A lot of people really rave about their Thorn Oil Primer. I haven't had a chance to try it. It is stupid expensive in my opinion, but like I mentioned, they are a luxury indie Gothic makeup brand. But yeah, I think they're definitely worth checking out, especially if you're into cream products. Next on my list is Concrete Minerals. Concrete Minerals is this cute little indie brand that used to come out of California, and in particular right now, I love their Glitter Eye Primer. They do make a lot of multichromes and duochromes and shimmers. They have specific like witchy gothy sets, and it's all loose eyeshadow. So if you're into loose eyeshadow, you may want to check them out. Next we have Phyrra. Phyrra is one of the OG indie makeup brands for me. They do lots of no frills packaging. They do loose eyeshadows and pressed eyeshadows. These are my pressed eyeshadows that I have from them right now. And I think their colors are gorgeous. Their collection names are really awesome. Sometimes they do stuff like Osiris, like they name like after Egyptian gods and goddesses. They do a lot of things for animals. They also make perfumes, so if you're looking for stuff that's more kind of unique and out there, I would definitely check out Phyrra. They are 100% vegan. They're based out of Oregon, somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. There's also Bitter Lace Beauty. They're a 100% cruelty-free brand. They make some really freaking cool looking eyeshadows that are duochromes and multichromes. Hopefully you can see that there. I'll zoom the camera in for you too. They also make gorgeous highlighters, all kinds of really unique and interesting and dark and Gothic products. And they also have like cute little skull highlighter bottles. So if you're looking for a liquid highlighter that's in a skull, they're the way to go. Next we have Melt Cosmetics, and I love the older Melt Cosmetics palettes. The newest Melt Cosmetics palette that I've loved has been the Gemini 2, but I also love She's in Parties, the Muerte palette, the Rainbow, or what was it? The Neon Radioactive palette. There you go. Sorry, again, sick. My brain is just not wanting to talk. They have a lot of great highlighters and blushes. I'm actually wearing one of their Raw Honey blushes today on my cheeks because I like just like a light glaze of color. They make gorgeous lipsticks. I'm wearing Melt Velvet Room lipstick right now, which is like this deep, vampy, like reddish plum color. I love like a almost blackened red color on my lips. I think it's super hot. I put a little bit of blue iridescence on top of it from Silk Naturals. I do think in general that the Melt Cosmetics packaging is pretty cool for most of their palettes. This is the Gemini 2. I like the roses, but I happen to like roses. This is their She's in Parties palette, named after a Bauhaus song, and it's like the perfect sort of cool mauve tone. They make great gel eyeliners. They make great lip pencils and eye pencils. So they have a lot of really cool products. I wasn't a fan of their newer like eyeshadow palettes they released, which were like after like the different zodiac signs. It didn't look like they were the same quality to me, but I would say their older palettes were awesome, and I used to love their eyeshadow stacks. They seem to have discontinued a lot of their really cool colors, and I don't really know why, because I can't really find any of their like blues and blacks and purples and greens, and even like this deep vampy shade I couldn't order directly from Melt Cosmetics. I had to order it from Sephora when I replaced my last tube of it. The next brand I want to talk about is the OG Gothic makeup brand, and that's Manic Panic. Manic Panic has been around longer than I've been alive. They make all different kinds of semi-permanent hair dye, which is primarily what they're known for. Their makeup is okay. I wouldn't say it's great. Like I have this purple lipstick from them, which is okay, but it's not my favorite formula. But I really do like their hair dyes, especially the UV reactive stuff, because I used to use that all of the time. Next we have KVD Vegan Beauty. I think the name is silly, but they've obviously gone through, or they're going through something. You know, they got rid of Kat Von D, which was great. Got rid of her, fantastic. I do love like the little rose packaging, and that the blushes are refillable with the blushes that I have. I have a bunch of their lip pencils, which I really like. I like the creamy texture. But again, like a lot of other makeup brands out there, they've discontinued all of their really cool colors. I think Scully, which is the black that I use a lot, is still available, but like Poe, which is a blue that I use, doesn't seem to be available anymore. And I feel like I haven't heard anybody talk about their eyeshadows in a long time, or they haven't had a hit in a long time in that regard. But they still do have what I think would be really cool packaging if you are looking for Gothic packaging. The next brand on my list is Creature Cosmetics. Now, this is another brand, much like VE Cosmetics, I haven't had the pleasure of trying yet, but they are going to be on my to-try list for 2023. They have lots of really cute coffin-shaped eyeshadows, like duos and stuff, and I've heard a lot of people rave about how awesome they are, so at some point I think I'm going to give them a try. Next on my list is Lunatic Cosmetics Labs. I absolutely love their planchette design for their pressed powder, and they have had some really cool like eyeshadow palette designs. Like they had, I don't know if it was Morticia. They've had different like Gothic themed eyeshadow palettes, but in my experience their eyeshadows have been a little lackluster, so they're not for me. I do really like their contour palettes and singles, but again, pretty much like they have great packaging, but they don't always have products that perform the way I would like them to perform, which is why they're on my list and I want to mention them, but they're not like a brand I want to like rave all day about. I think this is absolutely awesome though. Another brand that I wanted to mention that a lot of people have mentioned to me is the Pastel Roses UK, and I think they're based in Britain. They are supposed to be a really, really great indie brand. I think at some point I will probably give them a try in 2023. If you've tried them, let me know what you think, but they have what looks to be really great colors. I don't know about their packaging because, like I said, I haven't tried it, but I figured I would mention them. So now on to the portion of the video where I talk about brands that I don't really recommend. I've had a lot of people recommend the brand Apocalyptic Beauty to me, and I don't know if I just tried the wrong thing, but I really wasn't impressed with the things that I tried from them. I believe I tried a lipstick and a couple eyeshadows, so I know a lot of people love them, but they definitely are not for me, so I wouldn't recommend them. I also don't recommend Portland Black Lipstick Company because I bought some of their lipsticks and I felt like I had to put 20 layers on to get the color to show up, and that just didn't seem right to me. I also feel like I had problems with shipping from them. Another brand I don't really recommend is Shroud Cosmetics, even though in the past I really liked my palettes that I had from them. I feel like I feel like their quality has changed and their customer service hasn't been great. I also don't recommend Notoriously Morbid, Chaos Cosmetics, or Menagerie Cosmetics for various different reasons. And I did want to mention that Pretty Zombie Cosmetics, not to be confused with My Pretty Zombie Cosmetics, has recently closed. They were a local Florida brand who made a lot of really great liquid lipsticks, and I'm sad that they're gone, but it is what it is. The past couple years have been really harsh to indie brands. All right, so this wraps up my Gothic makeup brands to try in 2023. What are your thoughts? Please let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share, whatever makes you happy. I really appreciate it, and it helps me out when you do that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.